So guys, we pulled out of the museum just now in what can be only described as an engineering feat. We've heard of all sorts of crazy swaps for vehicles. We've heard of the engine swaps for the LS. We've heard of engine swaps using the 2JZ. We've heard of engine swaps even with the M113K, which is the cars seen in the 55 series of the early to mid 2000s. But what we don't often drive in are the M120 swap cars, and they're very rarely seen even up until this day. Only recently M120s now have been swapped into some of these older cars. But what we have here is a potentially in-period example of an M120 swap of a car that has more than 500,000 miles. So what do you do with a car that has 500,000 miles? You put a brand new engine in it, and they put a brand new M120 V12 6-liter beast inside this car.
So recently there's been so many V12s popping up around the nation that have been swapped into the W126 and different chassis of the era. But we had this car for a very long time, and it reminded us, man, we've seen this done a long time ago. So we went in the archives and we pulled this thing out, and it's actually a unicorn in its own right.
As the DJ say, we were digging in the crates and we pulled this one out, right?
So when we started collecting 2021, we bought so many cars that we didn't really take the time to like go through every car, digest every car, see every single thing that was going on inside every car. But we knew this one was special from day one. It was something that was not really done before. We'd never seen it before. It was the 126 with the V12 M120.
And what I think makes this amazing is that someone did this on a car that had really high mileage, right? So this car was documented hundreds of thousands of miles. Then they said, okay, this engine that we had, the original M117, is a little dated, a little beat up. You got to go in and start doing things like timing chain replacements, etc. So there's a lot of work to be done on the M117 engine as it ages. You talk to our good friend Pierre Hidari, he'll definitely tell you that. Even though the M117 is pretty robust still, someone puts 500,000 miles on it, it's going to get pretty beat up and potentially need an engine swap. And that's what we have here. Someone that drove the original car until they loved it and got the most out of it, and then said, you know what, let's take it to the next level, do our own version of the Brabus, do our own version of the RennTech deal, and put in the V12 M120 inside that car.
And of course it had to come from Europe, where all the craziest tuners are, the craziest collectors are. They're all in Europe. Latvia, out of all places. So an interesting find for the collection, and still a lot to discover from this car. It's like the car that keeps giving, because now new cars are popping up all over the place with M120s. It makes this one feel that much more special.
Shout out to all my people in Latvia, to Skaida. You know how it goes. You know, I love all y'all people. So guys, all my Latvians, all the Eastern Europeans out there, big up to everything you do for these cars. Keeps them going, keeps them running, and even freshens it up with all brand new looks.
Kind of crazy that they chose the smaller W126 to put a bigger engine in it. You would think they would want to go big in each way, but no, they went a shorter wheelbase with a bigger engine, and it is painted like a Brabus engine, so it has the Brabus configuration, black and red. Yep. And it was very well installed.
We had to make a lot of things happen to get this car shook down, looked at, and it wasn't super expensive. I think we got it for the right price, but we had to coordinate a lot of effort. So shout out to everyone in Latvia that helped us get this car sourced, especially our good friend W140 Boss Babe, who coordinated this whole effort of getting it sorted out, making sure it was legit, doing the shakedown on it, and driving around and said, hey, you gotta buy this thing.
You know, she's been a big fan of Patina for a long time. She's always playing the music, watching the videos, supporting, and she's always in a 140. So she knows what it feels like. She knows what to look for. So she went out, did the due diligence, and it's good to have people on the ground, man. Thanks to everyone around the world that we have. We have people all over the world, in the Middle East and in Europe, of course, that help us source these cars, man. Without you, the Patina wouldn't be the same. You know what I mean?
I know back in the day, we did see a couple of V12 swaps. Mainly Brabus did, I think, one or two back in the day of the M120 swaps, but nothing really beyond that. They swapped them usually into the E classes at the time. Nothing really in the 126 for a 120 V12 swap until this car came along. And now we're seeing RennTech and a bunch of others trying to do the same thing, putting the V12s in here. RennTech, as you know, just announced not too long ago, they're doing the Sledgehammer, which is a M120 V12 7.6 liter. Yep. So this was kind of the predecessor to that. This was an experiment at the time, and guys, it works out perfectly. The car is fast, it handles well, it actually feels pretty balanced still, even though you have this huge engine in front. Yeah. And I think amazing. More of you guys need to get out there, and if you have a shot M117 engine, try to stuff an M120 in there and see what happens.
Yeah, and it idles so well. Like when we're at a light, you can't even tell this thing is on.
Guys, if you know who built this car in Latvia, please let us know. We'd love to talk to them, love to give them a big up, love to shout them out, and thank them for making this Frankenstein beast for us in the Patina Collective.
Now let's spark this thing up and break down this 126 600S.
So Patina boys, we're back out here in Fort Lauderdale. Usually we're posted up on the beach, but this weekend they have what's called Tortuga Fest happening. Having a great time listening to Kenny Chesney type stuff. We welcome you here, we love it. Come enjoy the beaches, come enjoy the society. But guys, we're posted up here instead of the beach, we're by the Intracoastal Waterway, a waterway that connects all of South Florida, and posted up, of course, in the 600S, the V12 swap from Riga, Latvia. I'm gonna have Vico take over now, walk you through the car, but guys, big up to Patina, big up to Latvia. And Vico, come tell these people what this car is all about.
Yes, sir, guys.
Brother.
Patina family, 126 family around the world. We have to keep bringing new things to the table. Once again, the 126 like you've never seen it before. Yes, this car may look stock when it pulls up, just like the W220 we just did a feature on. It is a sleeper of the collection, and we're gonna get to that in a second, but we're gonna start at the front as we always do. We have the US spec bumper. This is actually a US spec car with miles on the dash. The US spec 126 bumper, a wider version, protruding more than the original European spec bumpers. These protrude more, but this is the short wheelbase. So the owner probably wanted to extend the car a little by putting the US spec front and rear bumper on it. But that's what we have right here in the 040 black paint. We have everything blacked out. He blacked out the grille. Usually this grille is not color matched to the car, but it looks amazing on this W126. So we're gonna go right here to the wheels. Let's check out what's going on over here. We have the MAE Crown Jewels. Now these are crazy wheels to see on a 126. A full face wheel from MAE, a great tuner from Germany. These wheels look incredible in this 18-inch configuration right here. Moving along to the side, this is the more compact version of a 126, but something that we don't really see in the wild. People like their 126s long, but they stuffed a massive engine into the short wheelbase car, so it's actually an ironic thing. But you see right here, a very nice paint job on this car. It looks fresh. I'm not sure if they painted it before it left the country, but this car was built in Latvia, and they do things right over there. Moving along to the side, V12 badge on the back pillar, just like the C140, just like the W140. They tried to keep it going with the same theme, the V12 badge, a telltale of the sleeper that's in that engine bay. Now coming to the back of the 600S, we see custom made badging, and they kept the same theme in the 80s where they put the number before the letter. So it says 600S right here on the trunk. And here's another special part of the build is when you go into the trunk and you see the battery. Now the 126 always had a battery in the front in the engine bay. They had to put the battery in the trunk this time when they put the M120 V12 engine. We cannot forget the patina plate whenever we're driving around, letting the world know the greatest ever do it are on the streets. And it looks amazing with this black gloss on black gloss. We have tinted tail lights from the Latvian king who built this, and they fitted it with this Remus dual exhaust right here to bring out the deep notes from the M120 V12 engine. And we're gonna go check that out right now. Now, like we said earlier, this was never done before. The 126, when it was originally designed, was never designed to fit a massive engine like this one, but someone in Latvia figured it out. Boom. M120 V12 engine in a Brabus configuration, red and black. You see the air intakes right here, raw power. Here we notice the mechanical throttle body replacing the electronic throttle bodies of the M120. The throttle is adapted to work with the mechanical input of the 126 pedal, and the throttle response is dialed in perfectly. As you can see, they kept some original elements from the original engine bay, but you can see they cannot fit the battery anywhere here. So the battery had to go in the trunk, just like the configuration on the W140, which is incredible. The engine is immaculate, the paint is immaculate, but the interior might be the most mint part of this whole car. So let's check that out. Boom, going into the interior, first thing we see, perfect leather seats. These seats look like they were put in right before we bought the car in 2021. It's in immaculate condition inside and out, but the interior really complements everything they did to this car. And like I said earlier, the instrument cluster is in miles. This is an American configuration car, miles per hour on the dash, and everything in here is mint. Original Mercedes radio. I can't believe how amazing this leather is. 511,000 miles on this dash. So obviously the old engine gave out, the M117 engine, and they put in this M120 and they made it perfect. They tuned it perfectly. The car drives amazing. So 511,000 miles, that's equal to 2 trips to the moon. So you guys heard about Artemis making that amazing feat? Well, someone did it in this spaceship in 2021. Now, sitting in the cockpit of the spaceship, one thing you might not notice is the absence of a sunroof, and that makes this a 126 slick top, meaning a sunroof delete on the 126, which is very rare. Out of 350 cars that we bought, many of them were 126s and only 2 were slick tops like this one and the 126 Koenig Special that we had. And that's it for the 600S 126 breakdown. Now let's kick it back to Dan, see what he has to say about it.
Great walk through the car, an amazing spectacle we have here. About to hit the road again down here in Fort Lauderdale. So guys, if you see the Patina boys out whipping something like this, better stop, say what's up, and of course, you gotta pop by the museum. Open now in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Guys, Patina Collective Museum. You can see this beauty and a bunch of others both on the regular tour and the VIP tour. Yo, Vico, let's go.
Guys, we just drove around Fort Lauderdale Beach with this 126 and this beautiful V12 implanted in here. It's been an incredible day. How you feeling, Daniel?
Oh no, we're out here, we're on Las Olas now, coming off the beach, cruising around, about to pull up, grab something to eat, maybe chill out for a bit. If you haven't lived that lifestyle of having a classic Benz, it's something you need to invest in. It will change your life. It'll make everything you do just have a lot more aura and feel. So in order to do that, go check out our boys at plushauto.com. Plush Auto, the only place you should be getting your classic Benzes from.
Definitely Plush Auto. Very rare cars on there right now. Some cool 126s. Very smooth drive, and people looking at this car, man, you would feel like, you know, it's an understated build, but people still loving it. People don't even know it's a V12. They're just loving the look. You know?
What do you think of Cheesecake Factory, Vico?
My girl loves Cheesecake Factory. She's always trying to order Cheesecake Factory.
The menu's massive.
Yeah, it's hard to pick. I always pick the same thing, so it is what it is, you know?
Oh my gosh.
I try to just stick to one thing because you get overwhelmed. Too many options.
Sensational.
Man. It's like the Benzes. We got too many options. We never even see this thing. Look at all the
Pull it out of nowhere.
Look at this greatness. You know, we're just skipping over it all the time, walking by it. We don't even talk about this car when we like have people over most of the time. We just walk right by it.
I can't imagine the person that built this car back in Latvia
Yeah.
ever thought that, hey, this vehicle is going to be sitting up on Fort Lauderdale Beach in sunny South Florida soon. Amazing to all of you guys that are giving us cars. Vico and the team, we love taking them out here and enjoying them and just having them have their day in the sun, so to speak. So today, this car gets its day in the sun. All right, guys, that's all we got today on this V12 monster, this swap car. You're out there seeing these cars going for $500,000 now for these crazy swaps. We're out here stunting all in Fort Lauderdale and South Florida, but if you guys want to get down and you want to get wild and you want to have the best time of your life, come down to Florida, and then after you're done doing all that and you want a reprieve for your sins, come to the Mecca and come see the Patina Collective at our museum right on 441 in Fort Lauderdale, guys, right at the turnpike, easy to get to. tickets available now. Go to patinacollective.com and make a decision you'll never forget.
Get some tickets, pull up, see the cars in the flesh. You might even see this one.